AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Oh, lecture, lights, this is it, we'll hit the heights, and oh, what heights we'll hit, on with the show, this is it.
You are listening to the Mr. Judd Show. Tragedy, well, maybe not tragedy, but a Hickson local business suffers severe damage. Hickson. You know, we're in Hickson. This radio station, Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240, is located in Hickson. We are the Hickson radio station, and we are not going to stand by as one of our fellow entrepreneurs is vandalized. We're going to get the word out, and then we want you, all of our listeners, not just my listeners, not just David's listeners, not just, Keon's listeners, want all of our listeners to go by, and if nothing else, just give these guys some love today. Hope everyone's doing fine. It's a beautiful day out there. You are listening to Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240. You can catch us at hotnewstalkradio.com. A lot of people do that in their offices or maybe at home. If you missed the great smackdown yesterday, I mean, it wasn't even close. Confederate Mike and I what we did, it was like a group of little bad boys in here about, 3 years old, and we bent them over. And I mean, we spanked them with the paddle of justice is what we did. That is exactly what we did. Now, if you missed it, you can go to our YouTube. You saw all 6 hosts in here battling it out, but you saw the two that were on the right side, the 2 that were on the correct side, the 2 that had grace with them, that delivered their message in a way as only they could do. Win. So go to YouTube, Hot News Talk Radio on YouTube. You search it out. You'll see it says debate, and we're going to have that up on our Facebook page probably later on today. So be sure and follow us on Facebook at Hot News Talk Radio and on Twitter. I'm sure we'll have the link on Twitter as well later on today, and follow us on Twitter. That way, if you see something that's going on in this wild and wacky world that we live in, not only in Chattanooga or wherever you're at, you can tweet us and we'll get it out to the world. And that way, people stay informed. And if you happen to leave the area, do not forget the TuneIn app. It's free. If you have an Android phone or you have an iPhone, which is really the only phone you really should have is an iPhone. I wouldn't even get me one of those Google's phones. I'd get me an iPhone. You can listen to us anywhere. All you do is just download the TuneIn app and then type in Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240. Okay. Hickson overnight, man, it was not, people, you work hard in a local business to establish it. You work hard to keep it going. That's exactly what is done at this radio station under local ownership. These guys are working hard. They're going out in the community, being part of the community, just like we're going to be part of the community this Saturday. We're going to be at Harvest Fest, which is at Harvest Grocery. I mean, there's like over 30 vendors going to be there. They're going to have artists there. They're going to have a petting zoo. I think Tex is going to come in and he's going to wrangle some snakes and he's going to rope some of their doggies, meaning cows. I know the adolescent's going to be there. I'm going to be there. It's going to be a great time, and it's going to be at Harvest Grocery, which is really in the heart of Hickson, off of Hickson Pike. So make sure you come and be a part of Harvest Fest, and that's from 11 a.m. until 4. But last night, one of our Hickson businesses, since we're the Hickson radio station, had some problems. And this is from WRCB. Vandals make an expensive mess at a local car lot. Insurance agents say it's the worst claim they filed, and now the owner of Northgate Auto Brokers are taking matters in their own hands and determining to find out who's responsible. It's like he just took his fist and went around and just made designs. Looks like they used a box cutter or a knife, but he doesn't know why someone's vandalizing half of his fleet at Northgate Auto Brokers in Hickson. He's owned the business with his father for 45 years. They're a staple here in Hickson. About 20 cars have scratches in multiple panels, so severe that the owner, Yother, estimates it will cost around $32,000 to fix. You know, you can't just take a spray can and fix them. I mean, they're going to have to go into the shop and be fixed properly. And he'll do that. I mean, you're not around 45 years if you're not selling good quality cars. I can tell you that much. But what I want you to do today, I don't care if you live in Hickson, on 58. You know, we got a lot of listeners in Bradley County. We got tons of listeners in East Brainerd, Noodlewall, and Soddy Daisy. Give these guys some love today. I'm not saying go by and buy a car. It'd be great if you did go in and say, "Hey, I'm here to buy a car." Hot News Talk Radio told me. But I'm doing this just because, man, you hate to see something like this. So it's Northgate Auto Brokers. They're located at 4612 Hickson Pike. I'm going to give you their phone number. Call them. Say, man, we hate to hear what happened to you, but, you know, if there's any way we can help you, let us know, whatever. 423-875-3439. 423-875-3439. And just because they're in the Hickson area, just because there are brethren in entrepreneur businesses, if you need a good used car, go by Northgate Auto Brokers, and that's at 4612 Hickson Pike. We hate that happens to anybody, but you know what they're going to do? They'll come back stronger. I mean, these guys know what they're doing. They'll come back stronger and make that even a better place, and I'm sure that these people will be caught. These vandals will be caught. See, this is what a local radio station can do. We can get the message out. So if you're in the Hickson area and something like that happens, let us know. Let me know. You can call me direct at 423-521-0284, 423-521-0284. And if you want to get your message out, if you want to advertise on a radio station that is very, very reasonable and gets great results, then that's Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240. So, you know, we are part of this community, and we're going to get important things out this way. All right. What else is going on in this beautiful, beautiful city of Hickson and Chattanooga? You know, there's tons of stuff going on. You got the Harvest Fest we talked about. It's going to be Saturday, but maybe you just want to get out and take a walk. Well, you know, Greenway Farms in Hickson is a beautiful place. It's got that great quarry in the middle of it. You can hike around it. If you want to kind of go a little further and you know, maybe you're wanting to get a good workout and do some good grades of hiking. I mean, they've got that too. Maybe you just want to stroll. Maybe you and that loved one would like to hold hands, whistle, and just take a lovely stroll around. You can do that too. Greenway Farms, an excellent, excellent place. I mean, Hickson's got so much to do here, and we're really proud to be part of the Hickson community. You know, there's a ton of stuff going on in Chattanooga, and I know Tex does his weekend roundup in the afternoons, and he's on from 6 to 7, and it was good seeing him yesterday. The debate, if you missed that debate, the smackdown, and you know, and I like Tex, but sometimes it needs to be smacked down. So that's what Confederate Mike and I did. You can go to YouTube, type in Hot News Talk Radio. And if I were you, I'd go ahead and subscribe to our channel. I mean, because we got a lot of great stuff on there. There's an interview on there that David Tulis did yesterday with a local Hickson entrepreneur. So you want to listen to that. I mean, there's all kind of little nuggets of information and entertainment on our YouTube page. We've got tons of stuff to do in Chattanooga and Hickson. Hey, you've got the Oktoberfest, which is going to be at the Tennessee Pavilion this Saturday and Sunday. So if you are a lover of the brewskis, which how could you not be, go down and participate with that. You know, get involved with something. It's going to be a great, beautiful weekend. So get out and enjoy yourself. Get out. You know, the great David Tulis, DT himself, he leaves Hamilton County, which is rare. He goes into the forest and the mountainous areas of Sequatchie County. He and his son will live off the earth for 2 days. All they are going to take is the clothes, and each of them are going to have a hunting knife. No food, no water. They have to kill and capture their own food. And of course, they'll live off the land. That's David Tulis. He's more than a bow tie and a blazer. He is a man that can live off the land. Maybe you need to do that. That's why we have such a variety of hosts here. You know, me, I'm the everyman guy. I'm the everyman guy. I'm kind of like Joe Biden, only I have the correct political views and he doesn't. By the way, the Bernie Sanders folks are all wound up and mad at CNN. We're going to get into that. Looks like there may be another housing crisis. Wow. And of course, there's a college in Florida that wants to get away with the Pledge of Allegiance. What the hell is going on in this country? You know, if everybody listened to Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240, they wouldn't be acting fools like that. They'd look and they'd listen to us and they go, wow, man, that makes sense. That's just good common sense. America's a great place. These people are really, really smart. And of course, that Mr. Judd is just really, really beautiful.
After this cool start with some patchy fog, more great-looking weather for your Thursday. Lots of sun, highs 75 to 77 tonight. Lows 50 to 52. Could see a few late clouds, but more sunshine returns Friday. Becoming breezy, highs near 72. Cooler for the weekend. At your neighborhood Ace, you'll find a wide selection of long-lasting, high-quality, energy-saving LED bulbs and the helpful advice to help you choose the right LED bulbs for your entire home at Ace, the helpful place. And I'm WDEF News Fall Chief Meteorologist Patrick Moore on AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Costa, host of the Costa Report, every Sunday at 9 a.m. Did you know that a quarter of the world's population will experience mental illness? My guest this week is former Congressman Patrick Kennedy, who says the United Nations must make mental illness a priority. Find out why this Sunday at 9 a.m. on the Costa Report, right here on AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
Here you are, working to keep your customers happy and to manage your cash flow. IRS problems are the last thing you need, but here they are, flapping about you like vultures. Get help from Eric Pelton and his team of accountants at E.J. Pelton Company. Audits, letters, proposed return changes, 1099s, penalty threats. Pelton Tax Resolution Services brings peace of mind and helps you keep more of what you've earned. EJPelton.com. Offices on Brainerd Road and in Saudi Daisy, just north of the Bilo. That's E.J. Pelton. Call 622-3156. Think ahead, 622-3156.
Hey, all you gun enthusiasts! Carter Shooting Supply has just bought a crazy load of guns and is having a crazy huge sale event. Going on now, a huge inventory of Smith & Wesson, Glock, Ruger, and Taurus all on sale. Taurus guns have a mail-in rebate for $25 to $50. All long guns and all ammo on sale too, just in time for hunting season. Come in and take advantage of this crazy huge sale event. Going on now at Carter Shooting Supply. Or shop from home by going to CarterShootingSupply.com. Highway 58, Harrison. Check our prices before you buy.
Are you tired of working in corporate America, or have you recently lost your job and would like to consider owning your own business? If you are, please call me, as I can help you look at franchises or business opportunities that fit you, the economy that we're in, and the type of businesses that are right in the greater Chattanooga area. After I help my clients find the right opportunity, I also help them find the best way to finance the business, including paying yourself through the startup phase. If you would like to learn more about opportunities that may be right for you, please call me for a free assessment. My name is Bruce Krebs at the Entrepreneur Source. Phone number is 423-875-5621.
If you have the DTs, the shakes, because your phone is on the fritz, you have nomophobia. You need help. Your telecom doctor is in. Cell Surgeon at Northgate Mall. Cell Surgeon yanks open the ribcage of your phone, pries out the dead heart, and puts in the beating life that you lead on your cell phone. Broken screen, phone not charging, water damage, battery given out? Cell Surgeon at Northgate Mall next Old Chicago Pizza. Check us out on Facebook. Open Sunday. Cell Surgeon. We bring your phone back to life. Mention Hot News Talk Radio and get 10% off.
This is America Now with Meghan McCain.
Al Gore running is crazy. You're flying around in your private jet all over the world, and you want average Americans to care about the environment. Don't you think you should be doing your part as well?
Meghan McCain, weekdays at 7 p.m.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Ooh, baby, it's the Mr. Judd Show.
Yes, it is. 11:20. You know the Mr. Judd Show is going to be on. What a great lineup we have here at Hot News Talk Radio. David Tulis, who is my opening act. He's from 9 to 11. Then you got the headliner, me. Then you got the adolescent with the digital drive. He wears a cape, a fedora, and flies on a jet. No big deal to me. To me, he's just a common dude. He's an everyday dude. And then, we've got the first local sports show on any radio station right here on Hot News Talk Radio. Wait a minute. It says Hot News Talk Radio. There's no sports in there. But, sports really is a news item. And it's great to talk about sports. And we have a sports show here at Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240. Clutch with Keon Rose. I was honored to be on his show yesterday, and we did our picks, and I think he's going to throw those up on the Facebook page. So you need to go and like us on Facebook at Hot News Talk Radio. If you just want to listen, a lot of people listen to us at home. I know I get a lot of people listening at home and at work, and we make it easy for you because it's hotnewstalkradio.com, and you click it, it automatically streaming. You can just minimize that and just let it flow. Just let it flow while you're doing whatever you're doing. If you're working, or maybe you're doing some stuff around the house, and that's very simple. Okay. Mr. Everybody's favorite grandfather, Bernie Sanders, his supporters are fuming mad. This is from the Media Equalizer. Why is CNN deleting our comments? Why? Hundreds of Facebook complaints about CNN's pro-Hillary coverage. Really? Really? Come on, Bernie. You didn't think the Clinton machine would get on you? You don't think that they want to steamroll you? You know she can't win on issues. She really can't win on her looks. I mean, but not everybody's as pretty as me. I understand that. I need to be a little more humble on that. I mean, she can't win on issues. She sure can't win on personality. She's not going to nice people to death. That's for sure. I mean, absolutely, probably one of the meanest women alive. Seeking their comments repeatedly deleted by CNN. Bernie Sanders supporters they're hopping mad. This was yesterday. They were hopping mad after the debate. Already feeling the network's coverage had become pro-Hillary in the aftermath of last night's debate, Facebook users leaving reactions on CNN's page are now continually reposting them, knowing that they will quickly be removed. There are hundreds in a seeming battle with the network with no explanation as to why. So they're deleting the comments. They're leaving Sanders, and what happens, and in these debates, they get their minions out there and go to Facebook and, put all your stuff, go to Twitter and put all your stuff. We're winning. We're looking good. We're winning and looking good. Well, obviously somebody at CNN on their Facebook page is delete. But I don't think this was happening with some of the Hillary comments. Some users and messages appeared to be specifically targeted, especially those accusing CNN of having conflicts of interest that make it naturally inclined to back Hillary. How about all of the media? Not just CNN. How about NBC and CBS and ABC? In particular, they're citing last night's initial Facebook poll data showing Bernie had won the debate handily. They are claiming the network is now burying the information in today's coverage. And if you go to the story there on MediaEqualizer.com, it actually has a picture where it shows Facebook users weigh in on debate. And it looks like Sanders won by 75%, Hillary at 18%, and then the other three dudes, whoever they are. But according to Sanders backers, that this is so far down, you can't hardly find it on CNN's Facebook page, and they didn't mention it on any other broadcast. Come on. I mean, and this is who is outside of the Sanders backers. And, a lot of those are young people. So I'm sure a lot of them do not remember the hijinks of the Clinton campaign and Clinton presidency, and I think that needs to be brought up. Not one of these guys brought that up. Hey, do you remember what happened with, Whitewater? Do you remember what happened, during his whole time in office and how Hillary responded? And I know you got some of the Clinton women popping up saying, hey, Hillary, not so quick. Watch out, girl. We're going to come at you. And they should. I mean, they really should, because people need to know who Bill and Hillary really are. And to say it's a Clinton machine, it is a machine. You know, they've already, in a roundabout way, are kind of intimidating Joe Biden as to not to run, which I want him to run just because he is the gaffe king. I mean, he has more gaffes in a week than most politicians will have in a lifetime. And you know, and the way he plays them off, and of course the media has, well, that's like your Uncle Joe. You know, Uncle Joe will say something, he really doesn't mean it. So ha, ha, ha. Of course, as a Republican, he would be the meanest SOB that ever, you know, lived. Speaking, you know, I'm reading some of the Twitter posts of the other host last night that were involved in this debate we had. And I mean, you know, Russell Stroud, news director, his posts were so slanted on his Twitter. Keon Rose, who spoke twice, made some comment that people didn't even understand. And he's all over Twitter saying how we did this and we were backed by facts. And they weren't. Here's what happened. We showed a video during the debate last night, and those four wouldn't even watch the video. They had their minds made up. They come in here, and you know that they are statists. They love the federal system. They love the state system. So they come in here, and we're going to defend that. We're going to defend that. We're going to defend that. This poor officer. Well, you just need. I'm not going to say anymore. Go to YouTube, Hot News Talk Radio, and you see for yourself. Then you tweet us at Hot News Talk Radio, and you let us know who you think won. How about that? Hey, look, we're going to be at Harvest Fest at the Harvest Grocery on Hickson Pike. It's in the old Bilo as you cross the bridge there, as you go north on Hickson Pike from 153. We're going to have our tune-in cards, and it's very important. So when you come by, ask for one. If we don't give you one, which we'll give you one, but it's going to have a number on the back. And we're going to be giving away some prizes on Monday and Tuesday of next week. So all you have to do is keep your tune-in card and keep that number, and it's a good way to win prizes. Isn't that nice of us? We love giving back to the community because we're the Hickson radio station here at AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio. When we come back, is Christianity under assault all over the world and in this nation? We'll find out.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
After this cool start with some patchy fog, more great-looking weather for your Thursday. Lots of sun, highs 75 to 77 tonight. Lows 50 to 52. Could see a few late clouds, but more sunshine returns Friday. Becoming breezy, highs near 72. Cooler for the weekend. At your neighborhood Ace, you'll find a wide selection of long-lasting, high-quality, energy-saving LED bulbs and the helpful advice to help you choose the right LED bulbs for your entire home at Ace, the helpful place. And I'm WDEF News Fall Chief Meteorologist Patrick Ward on AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio.
Compass Media Network's coverage of the NFL. Hi, this is Jerry Recco. Join Kevin Ray, Danny White, myself for all the action.
Hot News Talk 1240.
If it's the NFL, it's right here.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
Hot News Talk 1240.
If the South would have won, we'd have had it made. I'd probably run for president of the southern states. The day Elvis passed away would be our national holiday. If the South would have won, we'd have had it made.
NASCAR, Laura Ingraham, David Tulis, Coast to Coast AM, and CBS Radio News. Chattanooga's news, talk, and sports leader.
Hot News Talk 1240.
Fox News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu.
No, there's not a problem at Fox News. They're still on the air. The problem, and you're about to find out on my show, the problem, what is going on all over the world, Why Christianity is under assault, I have found out. I've done extensive research. I'm going to play something that is so very important for you to hear that you do not want to miss it. It is simply an amazing passage. It's about 4 minutes long. It's going to change your life, and it's going to explain why the Democrats that act the way they do, why there's ISIS. I guarantee you, after you hear this, things in your life will start to make sense. Why is there evil on the earth? Things will start to make sense. First, though, got a few things to touch on, and I promise I'm going to get to it this segment. I promise you that, okay? So we'll get to it this segment and make that happen for you.
Again, this is the USS Montana requesting that you immediately divert your course 15 degrees to the north to avoid a collision. Over.
Please divert your course 15 degrees to the south to avoid collision.
This is Captain Hancock. You will divert your course. Over.
Negative, Captain. I'm not moving anything. Change your course. Over.
So, this is the USS Montana, the second largest vessel in the North Atlantic Fleet. You will change course 15 degrees north, or I will be forced to take measures to ensure the safety of this ship. Over.
This is a lighthouse, mate. It's your call.
See, you don't ever know what's out in the deep, deep dark. No, that's not what's going to change your life. Okay, Christianity is really under assault all over the world, and even here in the United States. This is from The Guardian. Christianity is in danger of ceasing to be a truly global faith as increasing numbers of its followers flee violence, persecution across swaths of the Middle East and Africa. Now, you know, the Middle East is the cradle of Christianity and is the, you know, that it's really, it's where it started. Christians are fast disappearing from entire regions, most notable a huge chunk of the Middle East, but also in Africa. In part, the migration is a product of ethnic cleansing motivated by religious hatred. And the hatred is from, that's right, Barack Hussein Obama's religion of Islam. So all over the world, Christians are being prosecuted, you know, and not only is it other faiths, you know, like Islam, but it's also regimes, you know, the Chinese, the North Koreans. So they are also persecuting Christians. And what's happening in America? Is it any better in America? Are Christians under attack? Well, Christianity.com says yes. And it's by things like the Supreme Court ruling on same-sex marriage. It's also under attack by Obamacare, forcing institutions, forcing Catholic universities, forcing Methodist and Catholic hospitals to do abortions. This is Barack Hussein Obama doing this. This is in America. So where is this evil coming from? You look around and you wonder, you hear, you know, there's racial strife here in the United States. There's a war on women. There's a war on this. There's a war on that. Where is all of this coming from? Well, I did extensive research, and I want to bring my research so that you will know what is going on in this country, and you will know the root cause of this.
It's important for the church to deal with issues as they come to the forefront in society. I said, son, what is that one morning? He said, that's Pokemon. And son, I found out that Pokemon means pocket monster. Pokemon, plural, are incredible creatures that share the world with humans. Each has his own fighting abilities. Some grow and evolve into even more powerful creatures. The children are developing relationships with all these Pokemon creatures, little reclusive, power-filled monsters. But why should they carry these monsters in their pocket? They say the Pokemon whole effort is to train children how to become the #1 Pokemon master in the world. You follow it through the New Age teaching, you find out that masters are those who take control of spirits in the dark realm, and they tell those spirits what to do. The child at some point becomes capable of taking these powers and channeling them through their mind, through their arms, or through their power sources. Their power sources, of course, are many of the symbols that they pick up from the Pokemon paraphernalia. So Pokemon is a game that teaches children how to enter into the world of witchcraft, how to cast spells, how to use psychic phenomena, how to put to work supernatural powers against their enemies, how to fantasy role play. Pokemon world is a world of the demonic, of the satanic. But while you might not take it quite seriously, I assure you that demons take it quite seriously. Satan takes it quite seriously. Your children need to know there's a devil, and he hates them, and he wants to ruin their life. There was even a couple of reports where children had been stabbed by other children over Pokemon cards. Do you remember the Dungeons and Dragons game of the 80s where children, young people even ended up killing themselves because it was a role-playing game? Our kids are going out in gangs on the streets, and they're so used to killing each other in their fantasy games and on their video screens and blowing each other away and blowing each other up, that when they walk down the streets and they pull out their .45 and they pump some friend full of bullets, they kind of think in the back of their mind, well, they're just going to, we'll turn off the machine and they'll get up and they'll be there tomorrow and I'll shoot them again. It's just a game. To which I respond, Russian roulette is just a game. But they're so into this make-believe world that they can't distinguish between fantasy and real. Listen, I can't stress this enough. How that everything in life is real. Everything. I assure you, what your children watch, what you watch affects you radically. People here today, they can't get saved. Some of you can't go to heaven. Why? 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 What you do with your brain has a direct correlation to where you're going to spend eternity. You know, the media in this country, whether it's, listen, rock music, whether it's the perverted primetime programming and cable programming and the movie industry, whatever, and now the internet.
So let me make sure that we heard him correct. It started with Elvis Presley, the evil come to America with Elvis Presley and rock and roll. The Beatles brought it over from Europe. And then the ultimate evil in this world, Pokemon, rises up. You got kids shooting kids just for no reason, even though in Pokemon it's a card game and there are no guns. And then you got those evil movies. And then one of the most evils at all, the internet. When you start Googling around on the internets, you'll find the devil inside you. That's why the Democrats act the way they do. That's why Christians are being prosecuted. That is why we have racial strife in this country, because of the internet, because of Pokemon, because of Elvis Presley. I wished I had a whole hour to listen to this man speak. This is what you get on Hot News Talk Radio AM 1240. The truth. And when you want to find out the way these people act like idiots, remember, it's Pokemon. It's Elvis. It's Googling around on the internets. Only on the Mr. Judd Show do we go deep and do we find things like this. All right. Kind of calm down now. Gets me riled. I hope I don't see one of those Pokemon characters today. That's right. They may have had it.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
After this cool start with some patchy fog, more great-looking weather for your Thursday. Lots of sun, highs 75 to 77 tonight. Lows 50 to 52. Could see a few late clouds, but more sunshine returns Friday. Becoming breezy, highs near 72. Cooler for the weekend. At your neighborhood Ace, you'll find a wide selection of long-lasting, high-quality, energy-saving LED bulbs and the helpful advice to help you choose the right LED bulbs for your entire home at Ace, the helpful place. And I'm WDEF News Falls Chief Meteorologist Patrick Ward. On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
Compass Media Network's coverage of the NFL. Hi, this is Jerry Recco. Join Kevin Ray, Danny White, myself for all the action.
Hot News Talk 1240.
If it's the NFL, it's right here.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world. Hot News Talk 1240.
If the South would have won, we'd have had it made. I'd probably run for president of the southern states. The day Elvis passed away would be our national holiday. If the South would have won, we'd have had it made.
NASCAR, Laura Ingraham, David Tulis, Coast to Coast AM, and CBS Radio News. Chattanooga's news, talk, and sports leader. Hot News Talk 1240. You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world. Hot News Talk 1240.
After this cool start with some patchy fog, more great-looking weather for your Thursday. Lots of sun, highs 75 to 77 tonight. Lows 50 to 52. Could see a few late clouds, but more sunshine returns Friday, becoming breezy. Highs near 72. Cooler for the weekend. At your neighborhood Ace, you'll find a wide selection of long-lasting, high-quality, energy-saving LED bulbs and the helpful advice to help you choose the right LED bulbs for your entire home at Ace, the helpful place. And I'm WDEF News Falls Chief Meteorologist Patrick Ward. On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
It's Rick Davis Golden Diamonds half-off remounting party going on right now. Rick Davis Golden Diamonds half-off remounting party is an affordable way to revitalize your jewelry. Don't miss the party going on today at Rick Davis half-off remounting party. Give your diamond ring a fresh new look or a new design, as Rick's Golden Diamonds will fix it quickly, or maybe even while you wait. Rick Davis Golden Diamonds, 40 years of service, 5301 Brainerd Road, 5301 Brainerd Road. Call 580-2587, 580-2587 for Rick Davis Golden Diamonds, an affordable way to revitalize your jewelry. The half-off party's going on today, so don't miss it at Rick Davis Golden Diamonds. Rick Davis Golden Diamonds, 5301 Brainerd Road. Call 580-2587. Rick Davis Golden Diamonds.
Are you tired of feeling like just another account number to your financial advisor? Try something refreshingly different. Call Edward Jones Financial Advisor Patrick Neal in Hickson at 870-7894. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
That smells so good. Smells like a big Italian dinner. But you're going to walk out with two. Buy one hot pizza, get a one for free. Two pizzas. You got the two for the price of one at Raphael's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria. My favorite Italian restaurant of all the time. Now, I'm living in Hickson. I go to Raphael's right down the street in Hickson Pike, right near Highland Plaza. You're in Saudi Daisy? Raphael's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria in Saudi Daisy. Just next to Saudi Daisy Church of God. Hey, you're on Signal Mountain. There's a Raphael's Italian Restaurant and a Pizzeria. It's right on the main drag. You're going to love the pasta, the pizza. Buy one hot pizza, get a one for free. Two pizzas. You got the two for the price of one at Raphael's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria. Tastes so good. Bring the whole family. Come on, Raphael's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria. Mangia. Salute.
Social media, we're on that. Hot News Talk Radio on Facebook, at Hot News Talk Radio on Twitter. Download the TuneIn app and follow us anywhere at any time. AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world. Hot News Talk 1240.
Ooh, baby, it's the Mr. Judd Show.
I hope that you learned why there is evil in this world and who is behind the evil. We had a caller that actually called in. If you'd like to call back and discuss about Christianity being under assault in this world, love to have you give us a call. 423-800-8949, 423-800-8949. You're listening to the Mr. Judd Show. This is Hot News Talk Radio. AM 1240. Remember, you can listen to us anytime at hotnewstalkradio.com. Anytime you want to. Anytime at all. You know, here's another assault that I would say would go with the Christian assault, and that's an assault on America. And, you know, the place where it's really happening a lot is at our college and universities, the higher learning. Florida college bans Pledge of Allegiance. First of all, why? Why? Who did that upset? Okay, in Florida, a college in Tampa has banned the Pledge of Allegiance after some students, faculty, and staff said it made them feel uncomfortable and violated their academic freedom. How does that, first of all, what in the world is academic freedom? What is academic freedom? I mean, let's make up something. Let's see, if we say the word academic, and then, of course, we say violate something in our freedom, then we'll put that together. That's what they did. Okay, how does it make them feel uncomfortable? Maybe they don't know the words, and then they're just, you know, lip syncing and saying watermelon, so it looks like they say the words. Maybe, I'm guessing that's what it is. Hillsborough College, Community College, Institute Advisory Committee took the action. It seems that more of a lack of enthusiasm about the time-honored ritual of patriotism than from anger or specific protest. Students also complained it took too long to perform. Okay, so that's maybe a minute and 10 seconds out of your life. I mean, okay, took too long to perform. Well, maybe this is a special needs college, and it might. Okay, I got that. But the HCC students who served in the military said that they feel dishonored and insulted, and they should. You know, I know the faculty and the staff feels like it's an academic freedom thing, whatever in the world that is. Jason Rodriguez, who served 16 years in the military, now attends HCC, and he agreed with that. I'm serving our country. My dad and grandfather did too, said Angela Brown. I think it's messed up. I agree, Angela. Great way to put it. I think most of the college and universities are messed up. Maybe some of them will not have the opportunity to fight for their country, but I know this, and I know what it's really like, said Jason Rodriguez. One former Marine, Scott Vossler, now an HCC student, said he and others had fought to defend the freedom the council fought to defend the very freedom the council have to say or not to say the pledge if they choose. But they could at least put their hands over their heart and let the other people say the pledge out of respect. You're talking about an assault? That's an assault on our country, which is an assault on Christianity. Pokemon or no Pokemon, this is what's going on at universities. You know, most people don't want to pay attention. No, they want to read People magazine, or they just want to put their heads down and go to work and come home and go on Facebook and look at their little life and look at my little life. I got 15 likes on my hairdo. You know, I mean, that's really what they want. They don't want to look and say, what are you doing over here? What do you mean? Your academic freedom. I mean, we've got to get involved. We've got to get involved if we want change out of this stuff. And then here's a headline from the same article. This is from Newsmax.com. Why women want men more than twice their age. I can answer that. You don't have to read the article because they have money. There you go. All right, let's go to the next subject. Well, now this you can kind of see coming. And this is from CNBC. Repossessions spike 66% as foreclosure crisis lingers. What? The housing market, I thought it was doing great. I thought it was doing wonderful. Anyone that wants a loan can get a loan. New foreclosures may be back to nearly normal. But the mess from the epic housing disaster in the last decade is far from gone. Bank repossessions, the final stage of the foreclosure process, jumped 66% year over year in the third quarter of this year, according to Realty Tracks, a foreclosure sales and analytic company. It's the largest annual rise ever recorded in bank repossession from Realty Track. More than 130,000 homes went back to the bank in just 3 months. Now, there's a different cause this time than there was in 08. In 08, because the government had deemed the lenders to make certain loans that weren't good loans. Now the government, through their HUD program with the help of Fannie and Freddie, they are now doing the same thing. I mean, you can go get a HUD loan with almost nothing down. In fact, by the time you put some other things with it, they will end up with no money out of pocket. And I mean, no money for appraisal, no money for inspection. They'll cover all of that. So what do they expect? That didn't work before when you get a 100% loan. It's not going to work now. I mean, the reality is there are people in this country that should not own a home. And I mean, call me whatever you want to call me, just as long as you call me beautiful. But that's the truth. I mean, they just do not have the background, the raisin. As my granddaddy used to say, he ain't got no raisin in him. To have home ownership, and that's okay. I mean, that may be the American dream, but if someone realizes, I don't need to be a homeowner, I'm gonna be renting and leasing the rest of my life. In states such as New Jersey, Massachusetts, and New York, a flood of deferred, distressed homes from the last housing crisis is finally spilling over in the legislature and legal dams that have held them back from foreclosure activity for years. They said in New Jersey, it takes sometimes 3 years to do a foreclosure. So what you're seeing is not only some of those, but you're seeing some new foreclosures because people are getting loans. And you know what? They can handle that payment. Yeah, I can handle that payment. But what they can't handle is if something goes wrong, because they've probably been renting all of their life and they're not used to a plumbing repair. They're not used to a roofing repair. And they're living such tight margins because now with the government back, they don't care. They're giving loans on certain areas. We're going to give you a loan for you to move into this area because we want to control where you live. We want to control how you're going about living. So, we'll give this special loan for you to move into this area, and it's no money out of pocket. And I know you're barely going to be able to pay that. And if you have a repair, you're probably first thing you're going to do is not pay your mortgage. And that's what's happening. That's what happened before. And that's what's happening again. Now, one thing in the private sector, you kind of learn, and until all those people are gone and the new people have to relearn. That's why they keep making the mistakes over and over, because history in this country is just something we don't even want to think about, read about, look at. We don't even want to watch it on YouTube. But that is exactly what is happening. Exactly what's happening in the housing market right now. Now the government says, "Hey, you banks, you lenders, y'all don't know, y'all messed it up. I know we told you to do it, but y'all messed it up. Now we're going to do it. And we're going to show you how to do it right. But we're going to do it the same way you were doing it, under the same guidelines you were doing it." And people still are having their house foreclosed on. What's going on? Well, it's got to be, maybe the next person can do it better. No, why don't you get out of it? Why don't you just get out of it? Why don't the government just get out? It seems like the things they get out of do a lot better than the things they get into. Once again, could be Pokemon. I don't know. Hope you learned something today. Hope you learned where evil comes from. More importantly, I hope you smiled today, because that's why I'm here. I'm here as the everyday man, only I'm just a little prettier, to bring smiles to your face, to give you an on-air hug so that you go throughout this day feeling better and better about yourself, so that you will share that happiness, so that you will share that on-air hug that I gave you. After me's Digital Drive. You want to listen to Adolescent? Man, he's full of vim and vigor today. He said he's going to do high kicks. He said he's going to roll out something that is going to blow your mind in the tech world. And then you got Keon Rose after him. Clutch is the show. Sports is what it's about. It's from 1 to 2. And then, of course, after him, we got the big dog. Yeah, that's right. He's going to be running all over the Democrats. That's Sean Hannity. Live at 5 is from 5 to 6. Then the one and only Mr. Tex himself. He's going to cowboy up about 6:05. He'll ride that horse to 7. You're listening to the Mr. Judd Show. I'll be back tomorrow. This is Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240. Tell a friend to listen.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
After this cool start with some patchy fog, more great-looking weather for